This is very exciting to meet you, Tania Bashkatova.
Yeah,
You made an extraordinary film for the New York Cat
thank
Film
you. Nice to
Festival.
meet you too,
It's
Tracy.
wonderful to meet you and very touching for all of us in America that you're a Ukrainian and you've made a film about Loki, Ukrainian
Yeah,
Cat, and how
yeah,
you had to help get him out of Ukraine. We feel terrible as a country for what has happened to your country and continues to happen. And just know that we care a lot about you. And it's frustrating because there's not much we can do, obviously. It turns out that if you look back in history, you think, why didn't people do something about
mm,
horrible wars and horrible attacks?
yeah, yeah.
And it turns out it's very hard to do something. I think the film you've made, in a very tiny way, tells us something we didn't know, but we wonder about the dogs and cats of Ukraine and how so many brave and valiant people have tried to save them, tried to keep them safe in Ukraine. And in your case, you made a movie about getting Loki out, and you now have moved yourself to England.
Yeah,
So that's exciting
yeah,
and
yeah.
probably,
Moving and moving, yeah.
yeah, exciting and scary. What made you
Yeah.
have the time, the energy, and the equanimity, the peace in your own heart and head to make this movie? You must have been very emotional about it.
Yeah, actually, when I moved, when war started, I nearly finished my course. It was third degree, but it was. I worked in a long time ago, a long time as a first AD in the film industry, and then I started graduate for the film directing. And the first film actually was my film was about our moving all of our friends who moved somewhere, who stay in Ukraine and everything. And a story about Loki, it was a part of this movie. It's like a documentary. It was documentary. We made this with my friend Albina. She lives now in New York.
Hmm.
Everyone spread it now, yeah. And it was our trip, and we told our story. It was a film named by Temporary because we feel ourselves as a temporary because we go in a temporary country, we get temporary protection, we get temporary phone numbers, temporary everything, temporary life. That's why we
Right.
made this film, and it was an interesting story about Cat, just because for me it was interesting how brave he was there on all the street, all the street. He's very fussy cat. He like to be like, he doesn't like all this when people touching him or something like this, only when he allowed, when he's coming. So even now he's here, but he's like down somewhere there just because it's
That's him.
his own private space. Yeah, and for me it was very interesting to show his story, because it's not only our feelings about war,
That's right.
it's their feelings too, because I remember when he always going on balcony on cave when living in cave, and he always going on balcony. He's sitting there like we lived on the seventh floor, and he always hunting on the birds and everything. He always watching all this world around. And when war started, because we need to be saved, and we doesn't know what to do, because it was like first feelings, you don't know what to do. It's now people accept this, people knows what to do, people go in the shelter, people going everywhere, yeah, so no, they knows what to do. In the first months, of course, you doesn't know what to do with all this sorry shit. So if he
Yes.
doesn't know, and I stopped to he wasn't allowed to go on balcony, so he always sleeping with me just on the corner of my flat. I sleep in on clothes, sleeping in his
Carrier.
he has a cage, yeah, the cage just in case if we need to
Wow.
run.
Wow.
So he preparing himself too for those things. He knows all the things. And I remember when Russians sent a bomb in an apartment block not far from me, and it was a huge wave from this explosion wave.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember I nearly fall and Cat's fall. He was so scared about this. So it was like it was his story too. So all this war, it's not only our stories, it's stories
Yeah.
our children, how they feel these things, and of
Yes.
course our pets. So I decided to show all his way, but because he was brave, and actually I made this film as a part of. One second. Cat is want to go out of room. And I made this film as a part of in Ireland. They have good things. It's actually through Europe. They have this things like workshops for filmmakers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's for film directors, for actors, for people who just love the films and
Yeah.
everything, who love to making films. It's a very interesting program. It's called Kino. So first it was like Kino Cabaret in France. In Ireland they have this in Spain and everywhere. And just 1 second, sorry, cat.
What are you looking up?
I'm just writing my partner about, can you take a cat out of the
Oh,
room?
that's so funny. Please
Yeah,
come and
because
get this cat.
he's boring already.
Bored. I think that the important thing about the film is that many of us have a hard time worrying about the people because it's so huge
Yeah,
and the destruction is so massive. And we see these images, as you say, you're on the seventh floor of a building, and if the bomb hits on the building next to you, that has an effect on you. And now, where are you going? Are you going to the cat now?
I'm going to the
Oh,
cat.
look at
He's
him.
here.
Oh my
No,
God.
he don't
Isn't
want to
he
be.
magnificent? He's
Sorry, I just
so
let him go.
beautiful.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
important that people see the star of your movie, but it's easier for us in a sort of sad way. It's easier for us to think, but what happened to the dogs and cats? I remember
yeah,
footage early on in the war when people were leaving their homes with one little suitcase, grandparents, children, and people. And I
yeah.
remember there was an image of somebody who had a little dog in a carrier,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bomb hit. This was early on in the war. It was a piece of footage shown a lot in America, and the and they were all. It looked like they were all hit by the bomb, but they weren't all. And of course, the terrible thing is you think, oh, the poor dog. It's a
Yeah,
terrible thing.
yeah.
And I think the terrible thing that we worry in that moment about the dog or the cat, but it's just so hard for us to worry about the people. There's so many,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and the feelings are so deep of powerlessness on the part of us to watch the
And
horror
most
unfold.
and yeah, and very important to stay the people in this situation, because
Yes,
there were a lot of situations when people left their pets at homes
that's right.
just because they were sure that it will for a couple days and we will
Right.
coming back. They were sure about it. And of course, some of, can you hear me? No,
Yeah, yeah. We're
it's
good.
my no my those things. Yeah, and some of people they left their pets at home just because they believe that they're coming back just
Yes,
soon, just in a couple of days and everything.
yes,
So to less traumatize them by this long way and everything, they decide to leave them there. Yeah, but some of them not coming back in a couple of
yes,
days.
yes.
And I remember this brave stories when some people they organized as a group, as a team. There were very quickly people making a lot of groups and everything like, oh, save my pet, please. Here is my code. Here is, you can
Wow.
find a key there. Can you find my cat, please? He's there. He's alone. I'm worried because we stuck here. We stuck on the west side of Ukraine, or we
Yes,
stuck somewhere. We cannot go going back because we have children. We're afraid about children, and a lot of people they're helping of this. And there were a lot in Ukraine. We have a very popular this social media as a Telegram. Yeah, and in Telegram it was like huge wave of this groups and everything, like people helping each other because
how
in the first,
wonderful.
yeah, in the first month of the year have a huge support from just our neighbors, peoples and everything, just from Ukrainians, random Ukrainians. We keep together, kept together, we standing together. A lot of my friends are going in the war straight. They're going in. Even it's people just from film industry. It's actors. It's a lot of people who go in who wasn't soldiers, who wasn't even close to this profession. And yeah, and there we have another film, actually, big film, big movie. It was made by, I forgot his name actually. He was very popular, our MC, travel blogger or something like that. He was, and he made a big film, long big film about
Right.
pets in Ukraine, like
Oh,
about the story too. Yes,
your story, Loki, Ukrainian Cat, that's going to be in the Cat Film Festival, October 26th in New York.
yeah, yeah,
You had written and said, can you help me get a visa? And the sad truth right now in America is that the visa situation and the administration's attitude to anyone who isn't American born is too
Yeah,
frightening.
no,
So
it's changed now. It's changed now, but anyway, it's very complicated to find even slot in embassy. Even
exactly.
find a slot,
So
it's very
we're gonna
difficult
be
here.
cheering for you, even though you can't
Yeah,
be there. We're gonna be cheering for you and for
thank you.
Loki and for your bravery and for telling a story that will help all of us understand how
Thank you.
many layers of the family are affected in a war. And you keep on making films, Tanya. You're a wonderful filmmaker and a great example of the courage of the Ukrainian people. And Loki is a great
Thank you.
example of the courage of the Ukrainian pet
Yeah,
population.
he is.
So thank you for being here and thank you for making
Thank you.
film.
Thank you
It's
too.
going to mean a
Thank you
lot
for
to
your
a lot of
support.
people.
And
It's a
thank you for what you do for all this festival, for dogs and cats support, all this, all your job. It's very important,
You're very sweet
really.
to say that. I wish you great good luck in your new life in
Thank
England.
you.
I know you will
Thank
thrive.
you.
You take care. I hope you win lots of awards in the festivals that you enter. You take
We'll
care.
see.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Nice to
Take
meet you.
care. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.